guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new room which I will talk about in Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail. So this video I'm going to rename it. If you've got traditional YouTube video called favourites, but I quite like the idea of doing a feeling in favourite video, so talking about things that you've been loving but also how you've been feeling. And let's be honest, we want to do good feelings and bad feelings because life's not all sugar and rainbows. So to kick off the video, I want everyone down below to comment one thing that's bothering them recently and one thing that's been making them happy. It can be anything you want. So I'm going to kick off. One thing that's been bothering me recently is my level of fitness. You guys probably don't know because I don't do daily vlogs. I don't speak about my daily life, and even I could be sitting here and something like, I don't know, my toe could be broken and I wouldn't speak about it unless I was doing a video on an update or my toe being broken. But a couple of weeks ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I done a knee injury, and you could probably guess, I think my baking video, I actually went, oh, my knee. Don't really know how I done it. I think I stretched wrong, but I was at a commission running for 2 weeks, which you could probably get I wasn't happy about. But ever since that, my fitness level has just went downhill. It was my left knee is right as rain now, but now my right knee is starting to tweak out a bit, and then I've got muscles on the top of my left foot that are a bit funny, and I could understand if I'd been really pushing myself running recently, but I haven't because I was off for 2 weeks, and in the minute I'm fit to go again, my body, all these wee tweaks come and I'm like, what's up with that? So that's really been bothering me recently. Because I've got a half marathon at the end of May and I still haven't been out properly running with my dad, and I just feel as if even getting to 8 miles is exhausting, and I'm just really concerned. I'm hoping I can turn it around and my body can stop having all these little minor aches and pains. One thing that's been making me happy is, well, the most recent thing I'd say is I'm happy because I've got swimming today, because I'm filming this on a Sunday, and I got pancakes, ice cream and banana after my lunch, like proper American style pancakes. We were supposed to have them on Tuesday, but we didn't, so I finally got my pancakes for Pancake Tuesday. That gives you a wee idea of what I'm talking about. It can be really minor things to really big things. Disclaimer, if you're hungry or you feel sick, this is a very food orientated favourites video because I exercise a lot and I'm a foodie and I love food. So I'll get all the food ones out of the way first. Okay. These, I hope they're the right way up. No, they're not, they're upside down. There we go. These I absolutely love. They're by a brand called Fini, which is F-I-N-I, and these are the rainbow pencils. You can get different kinds. I've seen you can get raspberry ones and strawberry ones, which I've both had, but the rainbow ones are still my favourite, and I think you can get licorice sticks as well. They're just basically like, they're not strawberry laces. If you've ever had strawberry pencils, they're like that, but I don't know, there's something about them that tastes different. The strawberry ones are really good too. I've never seen these in Tesco or any of your normal grocery stores. I found these in the factory shop. So they are a bit obscure, which I can understand is a pain in the backside, especially if you do have a factory shop near you and they don't sell these sweets. If my factory shop ever stops selling these sweets, I'll be gutted. And they're only £1 a pack, and you get quite a fair amount. So this is my, I have never opened it as you can see, but this is my second bag, and when I run low on this, you can be assured that I'll go back and get more. Moving on to the next food item. Aha! Something a bit healthier. Don't know if it's the right way around. I get these from Aldi's. They're called Soulful Pots. Again, it's like Soulful. And they are, I'm saying they're vegan. I have never checked. You'd think they'd be vegan. You get different kinds. So my favourite is the West African one, which I can't remember. I think it's like black bean, chickpea and tomato. So they're like hot pots that have basically got like rice and other ingredients in them. Another one which I quite like, actually, the Brazil one, I think, is the tomato, the chickpeas and the rice. I cannot remember what the African one is, but that's my favourite. And then this one, which I haven't had yet, is a new one I'm trying. It's Indonesian, so it's cauliflower in a Thai green curry sauce with something else, I can't remember. So yeah, they're like veggie hot pots and they're really good, and they're from Aldi, so they're not that expensive. I love Aldi's food right now. They're like lunch section, they've got a lot of like vegan stuff and healthy stuff. Even their sandwiches, they do the best, aside from Marks and Spencer's, they do the best falafel wrap. I don't like the falafel wrap from Tesco because it's falafel and hummus, and it just kind of, the hummus kind of tastes like mayonnaise, which I'm not a fan of. But the one in Aldi's is hummus and Greek yogurt, and it's super good. Or it might not be Greek yogurt because it's the vegan option. It might be some sort of vegan Greek yogurt, but super good. The other thing I've been loving from Aldi's, having from my lunch, I don't actually have on me, so I'll just talk about, is smoked salmon with cheese in it. So there's like special cheese you can get from Aldi's, and it literally is like soft cheese with bits of smoked salmon in it, and it's amazing for putting it on crackers. I was really into that for the longest time. I don't have any in the fridge right now because what I'm really digging for my lunch right now is, again, Aldi's. Aldi's is the best place to go. Promise I'm not sponsored. They do like bits of salami with cheese in the same pack. So it's like smoked cheese and salami in the same pack. So I've got one of them in the fridge, and I've also got salami and mozzarella. So I just have them with some crackers. And sometimes I have olives as well, and it's super yum. Another food item I've been loving, again, just got these, are not open, I hope they're the right way round. I believe they are. Yeah, they are. These are from Marks and Spencer's. Marks and Spencer's do really good snacks as well. I love their spicy Thai crackers, but my mum went to get me them and they went in, so these are new. These are black and white sesame seed pretzels. They're not your traditional pretzels, they're kind of like ring shaped. And when my mum first mentioned them to me, I was kind of like, you know, okay, I'm not really in the mood for pretzels. But they're really, really Moorish. Like, warning, they're really tasty. I love them, and I'm so glad I've got another bag, which I haven't eaten yet. The last food item, because I do have one drink item, again, I don't have the food item on me. It is from IKEA. If you ever go to IKEA, at the very end, the little food court bit, check out their Swedish fish. I know you're probably thinking, fish, do you mean like fish, like salmon fish? Because you can't actually get like frozen salmon. No, it's a pack of jelly sweets. They're absolutely huge, and I think they're a really reasonable price as well. I can't remember how much they are. And I absolutely love them. They're like, if you've ever had American hard gums, they're kind of like that, but they're not covered in the sugar coating, they're just plain, and they're in the shape of little fish, and obviously they'd have different fruity tastes. There's ones that I really, really like, and I can't tell you what the colours are because obviously I've never seen them, because when I discovered the Swedish jellyfish, I already had lost my sight. But I really like them, and every time I go out to IKEA I have to get them, and sometimes I'm like, I want to go to IKEA just so I can pick up a bag. Last kind of food, not really food item, is this little guy here. He is my very last caffeine shot that I have. So I am a big lover of caffeine shots and, well, not protein shakes, but just anything that people use to help them work out. I used to not take them for a while because I felt like I didn't need them, but now I am getting to that stage, like I said earlier, where I do feel like even running 6 miles I'm getting tired. So I don't take these very often because I don't want to be one of these people that lives off them and can't do a workout without them. That wouldn't be good. And also I don't want to take too much of them because I don't want my body getting used to it, because then that wears off. Honestly, caffeine shots, they are great. They really do help you. If you're struggling, you take them and you're a whole new person. You feel full of life. They are great. But I only restrict myself to one a week. This is my last one. I think this is in the flavour berry and something. I really like the ones from B&M store. They're rainbow candy. I think these ones were from Aldi again. I've also got like a protein smoothie in my fridge I haven't drank. And I have the gels up the stairs in my drawer, but I've never had any of them yet because I want to wait until I do, bigger runs for them. So I promise that is everything food-wise or anything you ingest. Everything else is non-food related. So I want to address this room. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you might have been sitting here to this point thinking, you're not mentioning this room. This used to be our conservatory and we got it all done up and it's now a sunroom. So this room, towards the end of Christmas, was my favourite room. I would come down here and I would study. I like the couch, like this couch as well, it's from Next. It's one of these couches. It's not like super fancy that you'd be scared for your dogs to come up on, but at the same time it's not a skanky couch. Like, even saying that, I'm like, it's definitely not a skanky couch. It's super comfy. One of these couches you can get up and get nice and comfy in, and I like the leather couches over the material ones as well. So yeah, just this room, and we've got a new fire as well. It's lovely coming when the sun's out here as well, a cup of tea. Definitely love this room. Another thing I've been loving is my hair. So if you've watched a few of my videos, you'll know that my hair is blue. The reason why I've been loving it is, you guys know my favourite colour is blue, hence the name Blue Cloud. I've always loved the colour blue. And a while ago, I got to dye my hair blue, and I was really excited about it, but it wasn't the blue I wanted. It was a really, really dark blue, which is one of my least favourite colours. When I say I like blue, I like mid blue and upwards. The lighter it is, the more likely I am to like it, and the darker it is, the more likely I am not to. So this time when I wanted to get blue hair, I specifically said to my mum, I want the colour of Sully, because I know what colour he is, and I love his colour. And every single person who's seen my hair, I haven't even mentioned Sully, every single person who's seen my hair has been like, oh, your hair's the same colour as Sully, and I'm like, it's so good to hear when people, complete strangers, know that that's the colour of your hair without you telling them. And I've had so many compliments on my hair. I definitely think my blue hair is a winner, and I'm just feeling so much more confident about it. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it this colour of blue for as long as I can. I've got plenty of bottles of dye up the stairs, so that's not going to be the problem. And also, because I'm not hiding it, I'm not one of these people that hides it, I do have extensions in my hair, so I've been really enjoying that, my hair being a bit thicker, and I've had my extensions in now for pretty much almost 3 weeks, and none of them have fallen out, whereas the first time I had them, by this point, quite a few of them had fallen out, so they're taking to my head a lot better. I recently got into podcasts. A lot of my fellow blind folk really enjoy podcasts, and I can see why, because obviously it's not a television programme, everybody's on the same level. Even sighted people, if a visual joke goes on, the broadcasters have to explain what's going on, which I love because it's dead inclusive. But I was on Spotify looking at the podcast, and one podcast caught my attention. It's called My Dad Wrote a Porno, and I was like, oh, I've heard of this before, ages ago. One of my YouTubers were talking about it, so I thought, oh, well, I'm a bit dodgy that way. I'm a bit of a perv. Let's go and check it out. So I did, and definitely if you're under 18, no, don't go and listen to it. Don't go listen to it, because it's basically about this boy. I say a boy, he's older than me. I think he's 28. Him and his friends get together every week and they read chapters from his dad's porn book that he wrote. But it's a comedy because there's nothing sexy about this book, not even in the slightest. So you're reading it and there's some points where you're bursting out laughing, and then there's some points where you genuinely feel sick. But it's really, really good, and I was absolutely, not as much now, because these are all my favourites since January. I found the podcast, I'd probably say towards the end of January, start of February, but when I first found it, I was absolutely addicted to it and I couldn't stop listening to it. So definitely, if you're not offended by crude sexual humour and you like that kind of stuff, then it is really quite funny. The last favourite I have is my Braille classes. I actually have, so I can show you something, I have my Braille book here. I don't know what page this is opened up at, wait and I'll check. It's opened at page 30 something, I want to say 37, but I'm not sure. Wait till I flip a page and check. This is page 30, yeah, 37. So I'm on page 37 right now, and right now in Braille we have moved on to numbers and dates, specifically years. Years are really hard. That's what this is down here, I can feel the number sign. Years are really hard because in Braille it's not like in print where letters and numbers are completely different things. In Braille you learn the letters and then numbers are letters but with a number sign in front of it. So the letter F is the number 6. So what you have to do is you have to first of all figure out what that is as a letter and then count on your fingers. I'm really good at that already because I used to have this weird OCD thing where I would translate every number into letters like that. I would say, if I heard somebody saying the word pout, I would work out what letter P, what number P is in the alphabet, and yeah, just things like that. So I'm already quite good at it, but my fellow peers stumbled a wee bit. It is really hard because I struggle with D, H, J and F. They're all kind of mirror images of each other. And you know, so F is 6 and then D is 4, H is 8 and J is a hard one. J is 0, but I keep thinking it's 10 because again J is the 10th letter of the alphabet, so it's really difficult. But I have been enjoying it and I'm really glad that I started doing it, and it's not just the class I've been enjoying. I've met some really nice people, and even now I've done it a couple of times, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with them and I'm going out to lunch with them. Just in the Mitchell Library, that's where we do our Braille classes, so afterwards we go into the library and I'll have like a little scone and jam and then I'll have my proper lunch when I come home, but I literally just stay with them to be social, and I've really been enjoying it because being around other people with similar sight problems to myself is really refreshing. It makes you feel that you're not a big weirdo and the fears and the problems you have are actually completely normal. Like last week when we went in, there was a whole horde of school children because it must have been some sort of trip, and I noticed that the teacher was a bit skittish at the thought of all of these children coming into the canteen, and asked one of the servers, and the server said no. And I picked up on that and I said to her, oh, do you have the same fear about children, which is, you know, if you're blind and you're walking around and this child is screaming and running around, you've got the fear instilled in you because that child doesn't understand that you can't see, so you're scared that you're going to like clobber it with your cane or you're going to fall over it because you're going to get in trouble because, you know, you're the responsible adult. So just little side note, if anyone's watching this and they are an adult, please don't let your child run around screaming aimlessly, even if there's not any blind people there. Like, in a restaurant particularly, like if a waitress is carrying around hot food, that's not okay, that's dangerous. Yeah, and I always get really skittish when I'm out as well, when everything's quiet and when a child just starts screaming. It's really dissettling. It's not good. So just to know that I wasn't the only one out there who had these little fears. Like, I love kids, don't get me wrong. See, if they were my kids or they were someone else's kids, that's fine. But I wouldn't ever let my kid run around just because I can't see. I want to know where my kid is, and yeah, that's just the way I was brought up as well. I'm going off on a massive tangent. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of feelings, favourites videos. As you guys know, they're not like my most high rated videos, so I probably won't do one for a while. I'm going to try and do one maybe 3 times a year. So my next one will probably be maybe like the start to the middle of June. Because I don't want these videos to end up becoming like life updates either. But again, tell me down below one thing that's been bothering you and one thing that you're happy about, or one thing that's on your mind that you're excited about, and I will touch you again in a future video. Bye guys!